Plans are like seeds, fragile, full of promise, and waiting for the right moment to grow. When you scatter them too soon, before they are nurtured, they risk being trampled or stolen by careless hands. Not everyone is meant to witness the blueprint of your journey. The world is noisy. When you shout your dreams from every rooftop, the clarity of your vision becomes muddled by countless opinions, doubts, and distractions. Your energy leaks out, wasted on convincing others instead of building your path. Remember this: jealousy hides in smiles and doubt hides in nods. Even the well-meaning can unknowingly slow you down. Your plan, your dream, deserves protection, not silence born from fear, but silence born from wisdom. True power is often invisible. It grows quietly in the background, in actions taken without applause, in steps taken without spectators. When you let your results speak for themselves, the world listens with awe, not critique. Keep your circle small. Share your vision only with those who elevate your spirit and strengthen your resolve. Let your purpose burn fierce and steady within you, unshaken by the noise outside. Because in the end, progress isn't measured by how loudly you declare your intentions, but by how undeniably you achieve them. Speak less, do more, and let the world wonder how you did it. Absolutely. Here's a detailed expansion of the idea ***. Plans are precious seeds. Share them only when they're ready to bloom. ***, developed into approximately 700 words without conclusion or subheadings. Plans are much like seeds. At first glance, they might seem small, fragile, even insignificant. But beneath their modest exterior lies a potential so vast that it can change everything: your life, your future, the world around you. Just as a seed holds the blueprint for a towering tree or a vibrant flower, a plan holds the promise of growth, transformation, and achievement. However, just like seeds, plans need careful tending before they can flourish. They require patience, nurturing, and the right conditions. Sharing these seeds too early, before they are ready to sprout, can be dangerous. It risks exposure to harsh winds, to pests, or to careless hands that might crush their delicate beginnings. When you first conceive an idea, it exists in a raw, unformed state. It is not yet a full-fledged project or an accomplished goal. In this stage, a plan is vulnerable. It is easily shaken by criticism, doubts from others, and unforeseen obstacles. Revealing it too soon means opening it up to opinions that can weaken your confidence or confuse your focus. People might offer advice that's well-meaning but misaligned with your vision, or they might dismiss your idea outright, planting seeds of doubt where only hope should grow. The early phases of any plan require a shield, a quiet space where it can develop without interruption or judgment. This is why it's so important to understand the power of discretion. Discretion is not about hiding your ambition out of fear or insecurity. Instead, it's about recognizing that every new idea needs time and care before it can face the world. When a seed is planted, it doesn't immediately shoot up into the sunlight. It stays beneath the soil, gathering strength from the earth, absorbing moisture and nutrients in silence. Similarly, a plan must mature privately before it can be confidently shared. During this quiet period, you refine your ideas, test your assumptions, and build the foundation that will support the growth ahead. Moreover, sharing your plans prematurely can lead to energy loss. Every time you explain your vision, you give away a piece of the enthusiasm and passion that fuels it. You might find yourself spending time convincing others, defending your ideas, or entertaining criticism instead of channeling that energy into actual work. This distraction can slow down your progress and sap your motivation. The invisible, unspoken energy within your plan is a powerful force, one that drives action and perseverance. Guarding it carefully until your plan is strong enough to withstand external pressures preserves that force for the moments when it truly matters. There is also the risk of outside interference. Not everyone will have your best interests at heart. Some might feel threatened by your ambitions, seeing your plans as competition or a challenge to the status quo. Others might be envious, hoping that your ideas will falter so their own will shine brighter. By revealing your plans too early, you give these negative influences the opportunity to sabotage your progress, whether through discouragement, spreading doubt, or even more direct interference. Protecting your plans like precious seeds means ensuring that only those who support and uplift you are involved in the process. On a deeper level, holding your plans close to your chest cultivates a stronger sense of personal responsibility and ownership. When your idea is yours alone, it carries a weight that inspires commitment. You become the sole guardian of its success, accountable only to yourself. This internal ownership often creates a deeper drive, pushing you to overcome obstacles and persist through challenges without looking for external validation. Once your plan matures, you will be able to share it not out of necessity, but out of confidence, a confidence that comes from having prepared and nurtured it well. It's also important to recognize that plans, like seeds, require the right environment to grow. Just as a seed needs soil, water, sunlight, and protection from harsh weather, your plan needs the right timing, resources, and mindset to succeed. Sometimes the timing isn't right, and revealing your plans too early can expose them to circumstances that are not yet favorable. By keeping your plans private until conditions align, you allow yourself the freedom to adapt and improve without the pressure of immediate external expectations. Finally, there is a quiet magic in the moment when a plan finally blooms. It is the moment when all the hard work, the quiet efforts, and the patient nurturing come together and produce visible results. When a seed finally breaks through the soil, it surprises the world. It comes as a testament to unseen dedication. Similarly, when your plan comes to fruition, it will have a stronger impact precisely because it was not diluted or distracted by premature exposure. The surprise and authenticity of your success will resonate far deeper than if it had been shared in fragments from the beginning. Plans are not just ideas, they are promises you make to yourself about the future you want to build. Treat them like the precious seeds they are. Protect them, nurture them, and share them only when they are ready to bloom fully. In doing so, you create space for your dreams to grow strong, resilient, and unstoppable. Would you like me to continue with a conclusion or add any personal anecdotes or examples? Certainly. Here's an expanded exploration of the idea ***. Too many voices dilute your vision. Guard your goals like treasure. *** developed into around 700 words without conclusion or subheadings. When you set out to pursue a goal, your vision is your guiding star. It is a clear image of what you want to achieve, a mental picture of success that fuels your motivation and sharpens your focus. But this vision is delicate. It exists in your mind with clarity, but once shared, it becomes vulnerable to the influence of too many voices. Each voice that tries to shape your path adds noise, distraction, and confusion, pulling you away from the pure essence of your goal. The more people you involve too soon, the more diluted your original vision becomes. This is why guarding your goals like treasure is not just wise, it is necessary. Every voice carries its own biases, fears, and experiences. When you listen to them all, your vision starts to look like a patchwork quilt of opinions instead of a singular, powerful direction. Some voices might discourage you out of skepticism. Others might offer advice based on their own limitations rather than your potential. Without careful discernment, you risk letting the doubt and uncertainty from others creep into your mindset, slowly eroding the confidence and clarity you need to move forward. The original dream that once burned brightly can become clouded by hesitation and second guessing. It's important to recognize that not all voices are created equal. There is a vast difference between constructive guidance and mere noise. Constructive guidance comes from those who truly understand your values, your vision, and your strengths. These are the voices worth hearing, the voices that can sharpen your strategy without compromising your core goal. But the loudest voices, or those coming from outside your circle of trust, often carry less wisdom and more distraction. They may have no real stake in your success, and sometimes speak more from fear than insight. When you allow too many voices to influence your decisions, you risk losing ownership of your vision. Your goal may start to feel less like a personal mission and more like a collective compromise. This can lead to a loss of passion because when a vision is watered down, it loses the emotional connection that originally ignited your drive. A diluted vision breeds mediocrity. Instead of pushing boundaries and striving for excellence, you may settle for what feels safe and acceptable to others. This is the subtle danger of oversharing. Your dream becomes everyone's opinion rather than your own inspired goal. Guarding your goals like treasure means creating boundaries around your vision. It means being selective about who you invite into your inner circle and what feedback you allow to penetrate your confidence. Just like a treasure chest is protected by locks and careful guards, your ambitions deserve to be shielded from unnecessary criticism and undue influence. This doesn't mean you close yourself off completely, but that you approach sharing with intention. Choose your advisors wisely. Seek out mentors and supporters who uplift you and offer insights grounded in experience and genuine care. Avoid the trap of sharing too broadly, where your vision is vulnerable to dilution. There is also a strategic element to guarding your goals. When your plans remain closely held, you maintain an advantage. Competitors or detractors cannot anticipate your moves or undermine your efforts. This element of surprise can be a powerful asset. In the business world, in creative pursuits, and even in personal growth, the ability to execute quietly before revealing success can be a game changer. You can adapt, pivot, and refine your approach without external pressure or premature judgment. When the time comes to share your success, it will speak volumes precisely because it is grounded in focused, undistracted effort. Beyond the practical, guarding your goals also nurtures your inner strength. When you treat your vision like treasure, you reinforce your own belief in its value. You communicate to yourself that what you are working toward is precious and worth protecting. This mindset fosters resilience. It helps you resist the temptation to give up when faced with challenges or criticism. Because you've placed a high value on your goals, you're more willing to invest time, energy, and patience, knowing that the journey is worth every sacrifice. Listening to too many voices can also lead to decision paralysis. When you try to incorporate every suggestion, every piece of advice, you find yourself stuck in analysis rather than action. This indecision is one of the greatest threats to progress. Vision needs clarity to drive momentum. By narrowing the field of input, you create space for decisive moves and focused effort. Your goals become not a vague hope influenced by every passing opinion, but a clear mission with a defined path forward. The metaphor of treasure is especially powerful because treasure is something rare, valuable, and often hard. 1. Your goals deserve the same reverence. They are the culmination of your dreams, your hard work, and your unique vision for your life. Treating them as treasure means honoring the sacrifices and dedication that fuel them. It means understanding that not everyone will appreciate their value, and that is okay. The worth of your goals is not determined by outside approval, but by the meaning they hold for you. In guarding your goals, you protect the integrity of your vision. You create a sanctuary where your ideas can grow strong and true. You preserve the energy that fuels your passion and prevent the distractions that can drain your focus. By doing so, you set yourself up not just for success, but for a success that is authentic and deeply fulfilling. Ultimately, Too many voices create a cacophony that drowns out the voice of your own intuition and determination. Guarding your goals like treasure allows you to keep that voice loud and clear. It keeps your vision intact, your spirit committed, and your journey purposeful. In the quiet strength of that guarded space, your goals can flourish into the reality you imagine. If you want, I can continue with a conclusion or tailor it further. Certainly. Here's an expanded exploration of the idea ***. Energy leaks happen when you broadcast intentions prematurely. *** developed into about 700 words, without conclusion or subheadings. Energy is one of the most valuable resources you have when pursuing a goal. It is the driving force behind every action, every step forward, every late night of work, and every moment of focus and discipline. When you hold an intention or a plan inside you, it is charged with this energy, raw, powerful, and focused. But this energy is fragile, and it can easily leak away if you're not careful about how and when you share your intentions with others. Broadcasting your plans prematurely is one of the fastest ways to lose that energy before it has had a chance to fuel real progress. When you announce your intentions too early, you invite a form of external validation or approval that can distract and drain your internal motivation. Instead of quietly gathering strength and momentum, your energy gets spent convincing others, answering questions, or defending your idea before it has had time to take root. Every conversation where you feel the need to justify or explain your intentions draws from the reservoir of passion and drive that should be reserved for the actual work ahead. The energy that could have been funneled into creation and execution dissipates into debate, doubt, or idle chatter. This energy leakage is subtle but dangerous. At first, it may feel like sharing your plans energizes you a burst of excitement from talking about what you want to do, but that initial rush is often temporary. After the excitement fades, what remains is a scattered focus and a weakened will. When you give away your ideas before they're ready, you risk running out of steam prematurely. This can leave you feeling exhausted or unmotivated when the real challenges begin. Another aspect of this energy drain comes from the reactions you receive. People's responses can vary widely. Some may be supportive, others indifferent, and some even skeptical or negative. Each response triggers an emotional reaction inside you. When you haven't yet built a strong foundation, these reactions can pull your attention away from your work, causing you to second, guess yourself, or lose confidence. In effect, you allow other people's energies, whether positive or negative, to influence and deplete your own. Broadcasting intentions prematurely also creates an illusion of progress. Talking about your goals can sometimes feel like you are already moving forward, but words alone don't create results. This illusion of action can reduce your urgency to actually do the work required. You might find yourself caught in a loop of sharing, explaining, or planning in public, instead of quietly and consistently building behind the scenes. This distraction of externalizing your intentions can delay actual execution, turning energy that should be invested in doing into energy spent on talking. The energy leaks when you broadcast too soon can also expose your ideas to judgment and criticism before they are fully formed. When your intentions are still in the conceptual stage, they are vulnerable to being misunderstood or dismissed. The fear of negative feedback can sap your courage and willingness to take risks. Protecting your energy means protecting your confidence from premature exposure to external opinions. It's like keeping your fuel reserve intact rather than wasting it on unnecessary battles. On a deeper level, broadcasting intentions prematurely often taps into the human desire for recognition and validation. Sharing your plans can bring compliments, encouragement, or applause, and that feels good. But these external rewards are fleeting and can create dependency. When your motivation shifts from internal purpose to external approval, your energy becomes fragmented and less sustainable. Guarding your intentions helps you keep your motivation intrinsic grounded in your own commitment and passion, rather than the temporary highs of external praise. Energy leaks also happen through distraction. Once your intentions are public, you might receive an influx of advice, questions, and suggestions from all directions. While some input can be helpful, too much can overwhelm your focus and pull you away from your original vision. Each new voice demands consideration, and this constant engagement diverts your energy from deep work. The mental bandwidth spent processing others' opinions reduces the capacity you have for creativity, problem solving, and persistence. Furthermore, when intentions are broadcast prematurely, the pressure to perform can become overwhelming. You may feel obligated to meet expectations before you're ready, causing stress and anxiety. This pressure can drain your mental and emotional energy, reducing your ability to sustain the effort over time. By keeping your intentions private until you have built enough momentum, you allow yourself to develop without the burden of outside pressure or premature accountability. There is also a strategic advantage in conserving your energy by holding your intentions close. Like a finely tuned instrument, your energy requires calibration. When you spend it wisely focusing on preparation, learning, and incremental progress, you build strength and resilience. Broadcasting too soon is like sounding a trumpet before the band is ready. It reveals your hand too early and disperses the power of your potential. By saving your energy for the right moment, you create the conditions for a more powerful and impactful breakthrough. In essence, the energy behind your intentions is a form of personal currency. It fuels your creativity, your discipline, and your ability to overcome setbacks. Leaking this currency by broadcasting your plans too soon diminishes its value and your capacity to achieve your goals. Protecting your energy means recognizing the power of silence, the importance of patience, and the wisdom in acting before announcing. Your energy is the engine that drives your journey. Treat it with care. Channel it into action rather than conversation. Let your work speak louder than your words. By doing so, you preserve the vital force needed to turn intentions into reality and dreams into achievements. If you want, I can continue with a conclusion or make it more conversational or formal. Certainly. Here's a detailed expansion of the idea ***. Jealousy and doubt from others can sabotage your momentum. *** developed into around 700 words without conclusion or subheadings. When you set out on a path to achieve something meaningful, momentum is one of the most crucial forces driving you forward. Momentum keeps you moving, pushing through obstacles and doubts that naturally arise along the way. It is that forward motion fueled by determination, confidence, and progress. But momentum is fragile, and one of the most common and underestimated threats to it comes from the emotions of others, specifically jealousy and doubt. These forces can quietly sabotage your efforts if you are not prepared to recognize and guard against them. Jealousy is an emotion rooted in comparison and fear. When others see you pursuing your goals with passion and clarity, it can trigger feelings of envy, especially if they have not yet reached their own aspirations. This jealousy can manifest in subtle or overt ways. Sometimes it is disguised as concern or advice, but beneath these words lies a desire to diminish your confidence or slow your progress. Jealousy doesn't just affect those who feel it. It seeps into your environment, coloring conversations, interactions, and relationships with negativity. When you share your goals openly or reveal too much about your progress, you invite this emotional response, and it can create unexpected resistance. Doubt from others is another powerful obstacle. People naturally project their own fears and limitations onto others, often unconsciously. When they hear about your ambitions, they might express skepticism, questioning whether you can succeed. This doubt, even if unintentional, plants seeds of uncertainty in your mind. Over time, repeated exposure to others' doubts can erode your own belief in your ability to achieve your goals. It acts like a slow drip of water on stone, wearing down your resolve and weakening the momentum you have worked so hard to build. One of the most dangerous aspects of jealousy and doubt is how they work together to undermine momentum. Jealousy can fuel doubt by encouraging criticism or negative gossip that casts shadows over your progress. Doubt, in turn, can feed jealousy by making others feel justified in their negative attitudes, as if your success threatens their own sense of worth. This toxic cycle can be difficult to break and even harder to counteract once momentum begins to slip. It is important to understand that jealousy and doubt do not always come from ill intent. Sometimes people who express doubt are genuinely worried about your well-being or trying to protect you from failure based on their past experiences. However, even well-meaning doubt can have the same draining effect on your momentum. The energy required to constantly defend your vision or reassure others drains your focus and leaves less strength for actual progress. In this way, doubt, even when kindly offered, can be just as damaging as jealousy. When momentum is sabotaged by these forces, it doesn't always happen in obvious ways. You might start feeling tired or discouraged without a clear cause. The spark that once pushed you forward begins to flicker, and your enthusiasm wanes. You find yourself second, guessing your decisions or delaying important steps. These subtle signs are often the result of external negativity taking root inside your mind. If left unchecked, they can lead to stagnation or even abandonment of your goal. To protect your momentum, it's essential to be aware of how jealousy and doubt manifest around you. This awareness allows you to create boundaries that shield your energy and focus. One effective way is to be selective about whom you share your plans with. Sharing with a trusted few who genuinely support and believe in you creates a safe space for encouragement rather than criticism. By contrast, broadcasting your goals widely increases the chance that jealousy and doubt will infiltrate your environment. Another key strategy is to cultivate your own inner confidence and resilience. The stronger your belief in yourself and your vision, the less vulnerable you are to the negative influences of others. When doubt from outside voices arises, you can acknowledge it without internalizing it. When jealousy tries to distract or discourage you, you can recognize it for what it is, a reflection of someone else's insecurities, not a reflection of your worth or potential. Momentum thrives in a positive emotional climate. Surrounding yourself with people who uplift, inspire, and challenge you constructively is vital. These allies act as buffers against the corrosive effects of jealousy and doubt. They remind you of your progress, celebrate your successes, and help you stay focused on your path. In this way, the social environment you cultivate plays a direct role in sustaining your momentum. It's also helpful to develop emotional discipline, learning how to manage your reactions to jealousy and doubt. Instead of reacting defensively or withdrawing, you can choose to respond with calm assurance and renewed focus. Recognize that these negative emotions often say more about the other person's struggles than about your own abilities. This perspective helps you maintain momentum by keeping your attention on your goals rather than on external drama. Jealousy and doubt can also teach valuable lessons if approached with the right mindset. They highlight areas where your vision might not yet be fully clear, or where you may need to strengthen your resolve. Constructive criticism hidden within doubt can offer opportunities to refine your strategy or improve your skills. The challenge is to separate these useful insights from the noise of negativity so you don't lose momentum in the process. Momentum is the cumulative effect of consistent effort, passion, and belief in your goal. Jealousy and doubt threaten to break that rhythm by injecting fear, distraction, and hesitation. The key to safeguarding your momentum lies in guarding your emotional space, choosing your confidants wisely, and building an unshakable inner foundation. When you do this, you create the conditions for forward motion that no external negativity can easily derail. Ultimately, your momentum is a reflection of your commitment and your ability to navigate both external challenges and internal doubts. By understanding how jealousy and doubt operate and actively protecting yourself from their influence, you preserve the energy and clarity necessary to keep moving forward. This vigilance allows your vision to unfold in its fullest, most powerful form. Let me know if you want me to add a conclusion or adjust the tone. Certainly. Here's an expanded version of the idea ***. Silent preparation breeds strength and surprise. *** developed into approximately 700 words without conclusion or subheadings. Silent preparation is one of the most powerful yet often overlooked strategies for achieving success. It's the quiet work done behind the scenes, away from the spotlight, where true strength is cultivated and the seeds of surprise are sown. While the world tends to celebrate loud announcements and flashy displays, those who understand the value of silent preparation recognize that real power grows in stillness and patience. By working diligently in silence, you build a foundation of strength that allows you to emerge with force and impact when the time is right, catching others off guard with your readiness and resolve. The essence of silent preparation lies in restraint. It means holding back the urge to broadcast every idea, plan, or early victory. Instead of seeking immediate validation or applause, you commit to steady, consistent effort that often goes unnoticed until it reaches maturity. This quiet discipline creates a powerful momentum that can withstand challenges and setbacks, because it is rooted in deep work rather than fleeting excitement. Those who rush to share before they are ready risk exposing vulnerabilities and diluting their efforts. But silent preparation keeps your energy focused and your vision protected. Strength is built through repetition, learning, and refining in private. When you prepare silently, you give yourself the freedom to experiment, make mistakes, and improve without the pressure of public scrutiny. This freedom is essential for growth because it allows you to explore ideas fully and find solutions without fear of judgment. In this protected space, your skills sharpen, your confidence deepens, and your understanding of your goals becomes clearer. By the time you are ready to step forward, you carry the weight of solid preparation that commands respect and inspires trust. Surprise is the natural outcome of silent preparation. When you emerge after a period of quiet work, your impact is amplified precisely because it is unexpected. People are often skeptical or dismissive of early-stage ideas or efforts, but when you reveal a well-developed plan or a finished product, it catches attention. Surprise creates a psychological advantage. It shifts perceptions, breaks down doubts, and generates excitement. This effect is powerful not just in business or creative projects, but in personal growth as well. The surprise of transformation when people see the results of your silent preparation is often the most compelling proof of your dedication and capability. Silent preparation also cultivates patience and humility. It teaches you that success is rarely instantaneous and that the journey toward achievement is as important as the outcome. This mindset helps you stay grounded and focused on process rather than results. Instead of becoming distracted by external noise or the temptation to rush, you learn to value the incremental progress that builds real strength over time. This patience becomes a source of resilience, enabling you to persist through challenges without losing sight of your ultimate goal. Moreover, silent preparation fosters strategic thinking. When you prepare quietly, you have the space to analyze, plan, and anticipate potential obstacles. You can adjust your approach with flexibility and foresight, rather than reacting hastily to outside pressures. This strategic mindset helps you navigate complex situations and positions you to seize opportunities when they arise. By the time you make your move, it is not just with energy, but with wisdom and clarity, increasing the likelihood of success. There is also a profound psychological benefit to silent preparation. It strengthens your inner resolve and self-discipline. By choosing to work in silence, you detach your motivation from external validation and instead anchor it in your own commitment and vision. This internal motivation is more sustainable because it does not depend on others' approval or recognition. It allows you to maintain focus and energy even when progress is slow or unseen by others. This kind of motivation is the foundation of long-term achievement. Silent preparation can also build a sense of mystery and intrigue around your efforts. When others are unaware of your progress, your eventual success carries an air of magic or genius. This mystery can inspire curiosity and respect, drawing support and opportunities that might not have come if you had revealed everything too soon. It creates an aura of competence and control that enhances your influence and opens doors. Furthermore, working silently fosters a deep connection with your own goals and values. Without the distraction of outside opinions or the pressure of social performance, you engage more honestly with your desires and intentions. This authenticity enriches your work and strengthens your sense of purpose. When you finally share your achievements, they resonate more deeply because they reflect a true and personal commitment rather than a reaction to external expectations. Silent preparation is also about timing. Knowing when to act is as important as knowing how to act. By preparing quietly, you gain the insight to recognize the right moment to step forward. Acting too early can waste effort or create resistance, but acting too late can mean missed opportunities. The discipline of silent preparation sharpens your sense of timing, helping you make moves that are both bold and well considered. In a world that often values speed and visibility, silent preparation is a countercultural act. It requires courage to resist the urge to share prematurely or seek immediate rewards. Yet those who master this approach find that the strength they build in silence makes their eventual success not only more powerful, but also more enduring. Silent preparation transforms ambition from a fleeting spark into a steady flame that burns bright and guides the way forward. Ultimately, silent preparation is a strategy of mastery. It respects the process of growth and the necessity of building strength away from distractions. It leverages patience, focus, and strategic insight to create moments of surprise that capture attention and command respect. By embracing silent preparation, you set yourself on a path where your actions speak louder than words and your results inspire without the need for explanation. It is in this quiet strength that true achievement is born. Let me know if you'd like a conclusion or any adjustments. Absolutely. Here's an expanded exploration of the idea ***. Action speaks louder than words. Let results tell your story. *** developed into around 700 words without conclusion or subheadings. In a world overflowing with opinions, promises, and declarations, it can be easy to get lost in the noise of words. People often speak loudly about their intentions, ambitions, and plans, hoping to inspire confidence or gain approval. Yet, words alone have limited power. They can motivate and inform, but they cannot create change or prove worth. True impact comes from action, from the concrete steps taken toward a goal and the tangible results that follow. Action speaks louder than words because it transcends promises and speculation. It reveals what is possible and authentic. Letting your results tell your story is the surest way to earn respect, build credibility, and make lasting progress. Words can be fleeting, They can be spoken with enthusiasm in a moment of excitement, only to fade without follow-through. Promises made without commitment risk becoming empty echoes. People quickly learn to be skeptical of those who talk more than they do. When words outpace action, trust erodes. Others begin to doubt the sincerity and reliability behind the declarations. The story told by words alone is incomplete. It lacks the evidence that confirms intention and ability. On the other hand, actions are undeniable. They are proof of effort, persistence, and capability. Results provide a narrative grounded in reality, making your story believable and powerful. One of the reasons action holds greater weight than words is that it requires courage and discipline. It demands that you move beyond comfort zones, face uncertainty, and deal with challenges head-on. Speaking about plans feels safe. Taking action is vulnerable. When you act, you expose yourself to risks of failure, criticism, or setbacks, but it is through this vulnerability that growth happens. Action transforms ideas into experience and potential into achievement. It is a demonstration of commitment that words can never fully capture. Results are also a form of communication that transcends language and opinion. They speak universally and clearly, cutting through biases and assumptions. When your work produces measurable outcomes, it leaves little room for doubt. Results command attention because they carry undeniable evidence of your capabilities. They build a legacy that words alone cannot. Over time, consistent action and meaningful results establish a reputation that precedes any introduction, opening doors and creating opportunities naturally. Letting your results tell your story also encourages humility and focus. It shifts your energy from seeking validation through talk to dedicating yourself to meaningful work. When you prioritize action over words, you cultivate a mindset of responsibility. Instead of explaining or justifying your intentions, you channel your efforts into producing outcomes. This focus sharpens your productivity and increases the likelihood of success. It also helps you stay grounded, as results provide honest feedback on your progress and areas for improvement. Another powerful aspect of allowing results to speak is that it disarms critics and detractors. Those who doubt or question your ability may voice skepticism, but when your actions back up your words, criticism loses its power. Results act as the ultimate rebuttal. They don't require argument or defense because they stand on their own merit. This silent yet compelling testimony can turn skeptics into believers and transform resistance into respect. In this way, actions become not only a path to success, but a shield against negativity. There is also a deeper satisfaction in having your story told through your results. Achievements earned through persistent effort carry a unique sense of fulfillment that words cannot replicate. When your accomplishments reflect your dedication, resilience, and skill, they become a source of personal pride and motivation. This internal validation is far more lasting and meaningful than any external praise. It fuels a positive cycle where success inspires further action, creating momentum toward even greater goals. Action-driven stories inspire others in a way that words rarely can. People are drawn to authentic examples of perseverance and achievement because they offer proof that success is attainable. When you let your results narrate your journey, you provide a roadmap others can trust and follow. This form of leadership is powerful and genuine. It invites others to witness your journey through evidence, not just rhetoric. It creates a legacy not just of ideas, but of impact. At the same time, focusing on results does not mean ignoring the value of communication entirely. Words have their place. They can clarify vision, share lessons, and build relationships. But when words become a substitute for action, they lose their power. Effective communication is rooted in experience. When your words are backed by real results, they carry weight and credibility. In this way, action and words work together, but action remains the foundation. Results also encourage continuous learning and adaptation. When you let outcomes tell your story, you engage in a process of honest reflection. Successes show what works, while failures reveal what needs change. This feedback loop driven by action helps you refine your approach and grow stronger. Words alone cannot provide this level of insight or accountability. Results make the abstract concrete, transforming theory into practice. In addition, letting your results tell your story protects your energy and focus. Talking extensively about your plans can lead to distraction or premature exposure to criticism, which can drain motivation. By concentrating on doing the work and producing results first, you conserve your energy for what truly matters. This focus helps maintain momentum and build confidence as progress becomes visible and measurable. Ultimately, actions and results are the currency of achievement. They are the tangible manifestations of vision, effort, and skill. While words can plant seeds of possibility, only actions can cultivate and harvest the fruits of success. Letting your results tell your story means embracing the power of doing over merely saying. It's a commitment to authenticity, resilience, and integrity. In a world filled with noise, your results will be the voice that resonates the loudest and the story that endures longest. If you want, I can add a conclusion or adjust tone/style as needed. Absolutely. Here's an expanded exploration of the idea ***. Keep your circles small and your purpose fierce. ***, developed into about 700 words without conclusion or subheadings. In a world overflowing with noise, distractions, and countless connections, one of the most powerful decisions you can make is keep your circle small. The size and quality of the people you surround yourself with have a profound effect on your energy, mindset, and ultimately your success. While it may be tempting to cast a wide net, seeking approval, friendship, or support from many, the truth is that a large circle often dilutes focus and drains strength. Keeping your circle small means choosing carefully who you allow close to your life, your goals, and your emotions. It means valuing quality over quantity, depth over breadth, and alignment over popularity. When your circle is small, your purpose can burn fiercely without being extinguished by unnecessary noise. A small circle acts like a protective boundary around your most precious resource, your energy. People bring with them emotions, opinions, and influences that can either uplift or undermine you. When your circle is too large or filled with individuals who do not share your values or vision, it becomes harder to maintain clarity and focus. Negative influences, distractions, and conflicting advice can seep in, confusing your path and weakening your resolve. By consciously choosing a smaller circle, you create a safe space where your energy is conserved, your efforts are supported, and your purpose is reinforced. Your purpose, the core of why you do what you do, needs to be fierce. A fierce purpose is one that burns brightly through challenges, distractions, and setbacks. It is the driving force that compels you to move forward even when the path is difficult. But this fierce purpose requires nurturing and protection. Without a strong, focused circle, your purpose can become diluted, distracted, or even derailed. The people around you influence your beliefs, your confidence, and your motivation. A small circle filled with genuine supporters fuels your fire, providing encouragement, honest feedback, and unwavering belief. This kind of support is not about blind agreement, but about alignment with your values and vision. Keeping your circle small also fosters deeper relationships. When you invest in fewer connections, you can cultivate trust, understanding, and mutual respect. These deeper bonds create a foundation of support that withstands the pressures of ambition and adversity. Shallow or numerous relationships often lack this depth, leaving you vulnerable to isolation when you need strength most. A small, trusted circle becomes a source of resilience, a place where you can be authentic, share struggles, and celebrate victories without fear of judgment or distraction. Moreover, a small circle sharpens your focus. When surrounded by too many voices and opinions, it becomes difficult to hear your own intuition and inner wisdom. Noise from outside can drown out your sense of direction. By limiting the number of people you involve in your journey, you reduce conflicting inputs and create space to listen deeply to yourself. This clarity enhances decision-making and fuels the intensity of your purpose. Your goals become clearer and your path more direct. With fewer distractions, you are better equipped to act decisively and maintain momentum. There is also a strategic element to keeping your circle small. When your purpose is fierce, it demands not just passion but precision. You need allies who understand your mission and contribute positively to your progress. This means surrounding yourself with people who challenge you to grow, inspire you to improve, and hold you accountable. A small, well-chosen circle acts as a powerful team, each member amplifying the other's strengths and covering weaknesses. This kind of focused support is far more effective than a large, scattered group with divided loyalties and competing agendas. Additionally, a small circle guards against emotional fatigue. Relationships require energy, and not all relationships are equally nourishing. Some connections may be draining, full of drama, jealousy, or negativity. When your circle is too broad, these toxic dynamics can creep in unnoticed, sapping your strength and clouding your judgment. By consciously limiting your circle to those who add value, positivity, and support, you preserve your emotional resources for what truly matters. This preservation is essential for maintaining the fierceness of your purpose over the long haul. Keeping your circle small does not mean isolating yourself or rejecting new connections. It means being discerning and intentional. It means recognizing that your time and energy are limited and precious. You can still be open to new relationships, but each new connection is evaluated through the lens of your purpose. Does this person inspire or drain you? Do they align with your values? Can they contribute to your growth or understand your vision? By applying these criteria, you protect the integrity of your circle and the strength of your purpose. Your purpose becomes fierce when it is fueled by clarity and protected by boundaries. A small circle creates those boundaries naturally, filtering out distractions and negativity. It allows you to channel your energy into what matters most without dilution. The fierceness of your purpose is reflected in your focus, your persistence, and your resilience. It is a force that commands respect and drives results, but like any fire, it requires careful tending, and a small circle is the kindling that keeps it burning bright. Furthermore, a small circle nurtures accountability. When you are closely connected to a few trusted individuals, you create a system of mutual responsibility. These people know your goals intimately, understand your challenges, and can provide honest feedback. This accountability keeps your purpose sharp and your actions aligned. It prevents complacency and encourages continuous growth. In a large, loosely connected group, accountability is often lost or diluted. But in a small circle, it becomes a powerful engine driving your fierce purpose forward. The fierceness of your purpose also benefits from the trust built within a small circle. Trust allows for vulnerability, which is essential for growth. When you trust the people around you, you can share doubts, seek advice, and receive support without fear of judgment. This vulnerability deepens relationships and strengthens your emotional foundation. It also encourages authenticity, which enhances your ability to lead and inspire others. A fierce purpose thrives in an environment where honesty and trust are abundant. Ultimately, keeping your circle small and your purpose fierce is a balance of protection and passion. It's about guarding your energy and focusing your efforts while maintaining an unrelenting drive toward your goals. It's a commitment to surrounding yourself with those who truly matter and aligning your life with what matters most. In doing so, you create the conditions for extraordinary achievement, sustained resilience, and a life filled with meaning. If you want me to craft a conclusion or adjust the style, just say the word. Certainly. Here's an expanded exploration of the idea, ***, true progress is invisible until it's undeniable, ***, developed into approximately 700 words, without conclusion or subheadings. True progress is often a silent force, quietly building beneath the surface long before it becomes visible to the world. It is a process marked by small, consistent steps, gradual improvements, and patient endurance. Unlike sudden bursts of success or flashy achievements, genuine progress rarely arrives with fanfare. Instead, it unfolds in the background, invisible to the casual observer, and sometimes even to the person making the effort. This invisibility can be frustrating because it challenges our desire for immediate results and external validation. Yet, it is this very hidden nature of true progress that makes its eventual emergence so powerful and undeniable. When you embark on any meaningful journey, whether personal growth, career development, creative pursuits, or mastering a new skill, progress does not always show up in obvious ways. The hours spent practicing, the failures endured, the lessons absorbed, and the adjustments made are often invisible to others. Even to yourself, it can feel like you are standing still, caught in a cycle of repetition and struggle. This phase is crucial because it lays the foundation for breakthroughs that will one day be impossible to ignore. True progress is like the slow but steady growth of a tree. Its roots deepen and strengthen beneath the earth long before the trunk thickens and the branches flourish. The invisibility of progress demands patience and faith. It requires trusting the process even when results are not immediately apparent. This trust separates those who persevere from those who give up too soon. Many people abandon their goals because they confuse lack of visible progress with failure. They seek instant gratification and measurable outcomes, but overlook the subtle, internal changes that signal real growth. True progress transforms you internally, building resilience, sharpening skills, refining understanding, long before it produces external success. Recognizing this helps maintain motivation and keeps your focus on long-term achievement rather than fleeting moments of recognition. Invisible progress also teaches humility. It humbles us by reminding us that mastery and success are rarely instantaneous. It encourages a mindset that values learning and incremental improvement over instant results. This humility fosters a deeper connection to the work itself rather than to the rewards or approval it might bring. When progress is invisible, you learn to appreciate the journey, the small wins, the quiet victories, and the effort invested, without needing an audience or applause. This internal satisfaction becomes a source of strength, allowing you to keep moving forward even in isolation or doubt. The moment when invisible progress becomes undeniable is often surprising and transformative. It is the point at which all the unseen work coalesces into visible change. Whether it's a skill mastered, a goal achieved, or a breakthrough reached, this undeniable progress demands recognition because it cannot be ignored. It validates the effort and patience invested and often exceeds the expectations of those who doubted or underestimated the journey. This emergence carries tremendous power because it is authentic, earned, and deeply felt. The impact of undeniable progress extends beyond just the individual. It inspires others and reshapes perceptions. Invisible progress is also a testament to consistency. It shows that progress is not a product of luck or sudden inspiration, but of steady, deliberate action over time. The small daily efforts, sometimes mundane, sometimes challenging, compound to create meaningful change. This consistency builds habits, reinforces discipline, and strengthens commitment. The invisible nature of this work means that it often goes unrecognized until the cumulative effect becomes clear. Yet, it is this cumulative effort that transforms potential into reality. Recognizing the value of invisible progress encourages a mindset of persistence and long-term focus. There is also a psychological dimension to invisible progress. It shapes your identity and self-belief slowly and subtly. Each quiet step forward reinforces the narrative that you are capable of growth and achievement. This internal shift is essential because it underpins motivation and confidence. When progress finally becomes undeniable, it is supported by a foundation of belief that was built in silence. Without this internal transformation, visible success can feel fleeting or disconnected. Invisible progress ensures that success is integrated deeply into your sense of self. Invisible progress can sometimes be discouraging because it is intangible and hard to measure. It requires you to develop new ways of tracking growth beyond surface-level results. Journals, reflections, feedback, and self-assessments become valuable tools to acknowledge the subtle improvements. Celebrating these small signs of progress can sustain enthusiasm and reinforce commitment. This process of mindful awareness transforms invisible progress from a source of frustration into a source of empowerment. Another important aspect of invisible progress is that it often involves overcoming setbacks and failures. These difficult moments might feel like regressions or stalling points, but are in fact essential parts of the growth process. Invisible progress includes learning from mistakes, adapting strategies, and developing resilience. These elements cannot always be quantified or easily seen, but are critical to achieving undeniable success. Embracing the invisible nature of progress means accepting that the path to achievement is rarely linear or smooth. Invisible progress also highlights the importance of focus and prioritization. It encourages you to invest time and energy in what truly matters rather than chasing quick wins or superficial approval. This focus ensures that your efforts build a strong foundation rather than scattered or fleeting gains. It invites a deeper understanding of your goals and values, aligning your actions with your true purpose. When progress is invisible, you learn to trust your intuition and inner guidance, which leads to more authentic and sustainable achievements. Finally, the contrast between invisible progress and undeniable results teaches a valuable lesson about perception. People often judge success by what they can see: titles, accolades, wealth, or recognition. But these visible markers are only the surface. The real transformation lies beneath, in the invisible progress that shapes character, skills, and potential. When undeniable results emerge, they are a reflection of this hidden work. Understanding this dynamic helps you stay grounded and focused on what truly matters, even when external validation is delayed or absent. If you want a conclusion or a more specific style adjustment, just let me know. Certainly. Here's a conclusion that ties together the overall themes of the speech. In the journey toward any meaningful goal, it is the unseen, quiet work that forms the bedrock of true progress. By keeping your circle small and your purpose fierce, you protect your energy and sharpen your focus. You learn to guard your plans, act with intention, and let your results speak louder than words. You come to understand that real growth often happens in silence, that jealousy and doubt from others can be distractions, and that energy is best conserved for action rather than talk. True progress may remain invisible for a time, but when it finally becomes undeniable, It carries with it the weight of persistence, patience, and unwavering commitment. So, cherish the hidden steps, nurture your fierce purpose, and trust the process, because what you build quietly today will one day speak volumes tomorrow.